What's up, guys? I need help again. I'm down to $0 again. So, need help again. Got $0, running out of food. I got zero clean clothes. So, need help. As much help as I can get. They're synchronizing. They're out there synchronizing. I woke up this morning. It was quiet. It was like dead quiet. It was like 5 a.m. or something. And usually it's not dead quiet. Like they gotta make some sound like right after I wake up. But it actually was this morning. So I was just laying there enjoying the quiet. And then it was like a few minutes of quiet. It was like 3 minutes maybe. And then I was just laying there, just like breathing. And like every time I would exhale, like after a few minutes, every time I would exhale, there's this dude like unloading a truck outside or something. Like every time I would exhale, I would hear sounds of this guy unloading a truck. It's just like I take a breath in, there's no sound, and then like right when I exhale, there's sound. And it's like every time I exhaled for like 5 times or something, and then like the last time there's a sound out there again, and then my refrigerator is turning off at the same time as the sound. And then went back to sleep, woke up again, and making whatever beeping sounds and whatever sounds they're making out there, engine sounds and shit. People walking by in the hallway, Saints. And I think there was a train horn this morning. I think. Oh yeah, and a truck honked this morning. Like when I woke up the second time. Like right after I wake up, there's like a semi truck out there honking. And I see the Whiteys and the other stalker cars, and they're all stalkered up. But yeah, I need help, as much help as possible, as soon as possible. Really tired of wearing the same underwear over and over every day. So I could use a few dollars. And then, oh yeah, and then the story that I was telling on the video the other day that the stalkers kept distracting me from. I was at work the other day and there was this cop in the community service cop car, and he kept like driving out in front of me and driving by me and shit, like as I was driving my delivery. I kept seeing him a bunch of times on the street. And then I get to the end of the street and turn, and he's like pulling up, meeting me at the intersection. And he's like looking the other way. He's like looking around like he's lost or something. And then like there was another car the other day when I was recording that was doing that. Like they just like pulled up to the intersection. They're just like they don't know where they're going. Oh yeah, and then this guy came out yesterday. I'm walking across the street, and this guy comes out of his house asking for money. Live streaming is crazy. Why is it crazy? You're crazy. This guy came out of his house. He's just like talking on his phone. He's like talking really loud, of course, to like get my attention, you know. He's just talking on his phone. And like right when I get across the street, his house is across the street, and it's like 2 houses over from the intersection. But like right when I get across the street, he comes out of the house and he like walks up to the sidewalk right there, and he's like, "Hey man, you got a light?" And I'm like, "No." And then he just turns back around and goes back in the house. He just randomly walked out of the house, and he's talking on the phone. He's like, "Hey, you got a light?" And then he walks back in the house. So dumb. Get a job, dog. I got a job. It doesn't give me hours. Hence, I'm still struggling. I think I saw some sink heads, and I hear a spooky sink engine. I think that's what's happening. But now I don't see anything. Oh, and then yesterday, I think it was yesterday. I was walking up the street, and it was like a bunch of one headlight cars driving the opposite way that I'm walking. Like all the way up one street, just one street. And I saw like 10 one headlight white cars. And then I also saw a car crash yesterday. That was crazy. And then when I went into Walgreens, because like as I was walking into Walgreens, as I was walking across the parking lot, there's a car crash over by the intersection, or over at that intersection. And like as I'm walking in the door, people still stalking me. And there's just this big car crash over here, and like there's people still stalking me, and like the entire time, like they don't pause stalking, you know. It's just weird. And like as I walk in the door, there's all these whiteys stalking me, and then when I come back out the door, there are these other stalkers in there, like standing over by the door, looking at the car crash, and then they walk up to the checkout right as I walk up to the checkout. Like they walk back over to they were over there when I walked in, and then they walk back over to the checkout. When I walk up to the checkout, and then when I come back out the door, there's people with red shirts walking in the door. And then the ambulance horn was honking the horn when I came out the door. Like the ambulance was on the way to the crash, and they were honking the ambulance horn when I came out the door. So I guess they still sync up during actual emergencies. And then I went across the street to the CVS parking lot. And as I'm walking through the CVS parking lot, this car drives by me in the parking lot, and right as it drives by me, the ambulance siren turned off. So I guess even during actual emergencies, they sync the sirens and shit. So I don't think I got anything else to report, but I need help. If anyone can help, Cash App, PayPal. I'm out.